Hey Eagle Force fans, today we're taking a look at a trio of bad guys. These figures are not yet available, but they are expected mid to late May. And as a quick disclaimer, Fresh Monkey Fiction did send me these for an early review. So if you find any of these interesting and you'd like to have your own, head over to BigBadToyStore.com where you can pre-order these. I will leave a link in the pinned comment below. So the three figures we're taking a look at today are General Mamba, the Ruthless Dictator, Baron Von Chill, Medieval Mastermind, and Shock Trooper, Soldier of Tyranny. And these are all part of the Eagle Force versus Riot line. And as you can see, they're all still on those really cool looking red cards. And we will look at Shock Trooper here real quick. If I flip him around and bring him a little bit closer, you can see it's got those really cool new fancy comics on the back, which I just think are the greatest thing. This is essentially a visual file card, and so it tells you a little bit about, we're going to throw these things around, tells you a little bit about the character and might even have little Easter eggs for some of the other characters. Here's Baron Von Chill, and if you want to take a look at any of these, you can pause and take a look and read through these. And finally, if we keep him up, General Mamba, right there. Oh, I love these. These are so cool. It brings the world of Eagle Force to life. And, you know, I'm someone who never knew about Eagle Force way back in the day. They were just these small little figures, and I'd never actually heard of them before for some reason. And so this line is essentially brand new to me, and I've really enjoyed every Eagle Force figure that I've picked up. Now, enough about talking. Let's get to the point, and that is the figures. So here are the figures and all their accessories, and look at this. Look at all of these accessories. There are so many pieces. There are so many hands. Look at all these hands. So we're going to look at these a lot closer. These are Shock Trooper, Baron Von Chill, and General Mamba over here. So we're going to get just a little bit closer and look at each of these. So we'll begin with the Shock Trooper, and all three figures come with this figure stand that says Eagle Force has two pegs on it. They all look the same. So for heads, this guy has a balding head. Well, balding, I mean, he is bald. So kind of looks like a Charlie Brown, dare I say, head. Then they come with, or this guy comes with kind of a helmeted head here. And he's got these really awesome glasses on there. Then he's got this kind of like a superhero bug helmet right there. And then he comes with a few hats. Here's a beret. And this kind of hat I can't grab and hold. I'm not quite sure exactly what kind of hat this is, but it's a cap of some sort that I just can't seem to hold on to. And then finally he's got a baseball style hat cap, and even got a little spot in the back that's open. Then for weapon accessories, he's got this gun right there. And actually, I missed something. He's got these really cool stylish goggles that I'm guessing will go probably on this head right here. Can just slide them on, and then he's ready for the slopes. Well, maybe that's not what they're for exactly. And then you've got these, the hands. As you can see, there are two colors of hands. Well, if my hands get out of the way. So he's got a pile of gloved hands and of regular skin color hands. And he's got a flat hand right there. And he's got a fisted hand. And he's got a pointer finger hand. A C-shaped hand that I'm guessing is for knives or things like that. And then an open grabby hand. Those are the skin color hands. He's also over here, you can see he's got a trigger finger hand on built in. Gloved hands, he's got the open grabby style hands. He's got a fist hand. He's got a C-shaped knife holding hand and a trigger finger hand. And I believe that's it. Yep, that's it. So that's what the Shock Trooper gets. Next, we're here to Baron Von Chill, and he gets the figure stand. As mentioned before, he has this head right here. That's kind of a balding head, still a little bit of hair around the back. Then he's got this head. It's like a red ninja style helmet or head. And he's got this little green, I'd say it's almost like a Snake Eyes visor style here. It kind of wraps around. And I think it's kind of meant for this head, as best as I can tell. And then you get kind of like a red and green snake eyes, kind of. I don't know, that's what I think. You get a red hood. These are two separate pieces, but you get a red hood and a silver mask style right there. And then, of course, the one that's on him is a head with this kind of chainmail helmet right there, and they are removable. If you have the patience, you can actually get this head out of that helmet. I don't have the patience, so I haven't done that yet. As for, oh, actually, we'll do this first. He's got this kind of shoulder holster, green shoulder holster, yeah. And as for weapons, he's got a lot of weapons here. So he's got this kind of a gun right there, and he's got this little handgun right there, a little one that goes in that green holster right there. He's got a large crossbow and a small crossbow. That's kind of interesting. Two different... He likes his crossbows. Now, there's not as many hands with this figure, and they are all the silver glove style, as you can see. He comes with the trigger finger hand right there, built pre-installed like a computer. He has some silver grabby hands, and he has a C-shaped knife holding hand. And let's see, he's got a flat hand, a fist hand, and that's it, I think. Yep, that's everything right through there. So left and right, so that's pretty neat. And this is all of Baron Von Chill's accessories. And finally, General Mamba, and this guy has got the most accessories of all three of these figures, in that he has got so many hands. So first thing is first, figure stand, Eagle Force figure stand that will sit off to the side right there. And he only comes with one additional head. And you might find this interesting. It is essentially the exact same, not essentially, it is the exact same head, just a lighter skin color. And along with that head, where is it? Right here. You get this neck piece. I can't hold on to it. There we go. This neck piece right there. And the black peg will peg down into the figure neck, while the head will attach to this lighter color. So that's kind of interesting. You can choose which one you like better. He also has this very general-like looking hat right there. It's pretty nice there. As for weapons, and really, this guy doesn't come with a whole lot except for a pile of hands. But anyway, he's got this handgun right there. And now, these are early figures, so I'm not sure. This is just, I'm showing you what came in the set. I'm not exactly sure if you actually get both of these guns. One's a black one is a gold with some brown on it. So you might get them, I guess. That's what I'm guessing, is you'll get them both. If not, then these are just early samples. He has 3 different types of hands, and I probably should have separated these before getting into this. That is black gloved hands right there, some light skin color hands, and some brown skin color hands. So right there, right, almost got them. There we go. Now you can see the piles of them. And so we'll just look through each of these. So you got the knife style hand. These are the dark skinned with the knife style hand and a pointer finger. Trying to get that there. A pointing finger, so he can blame somebody. A fist hand right there. A flat hand. And a grabby hand, because he's a bad guy. So, he's going to have to grab those insubordinate henchmen. And that's it there. Then we get to the light colored hands, and here we go. We got a nice pointy finger so he can blame somebody else. A nice flat hand right there. A C grip hand for knife type of stuff. We have a trigger finger hand right there. And the reason why I didn't point out a trigger finger over here is they come pre-installed on the figure. That trigger finger hand right there. And a grabby style hand, and I think that's it. I think that's all of them. And then we have the gloved hands, which is, there's a grabby style hand, a trigger finger hand, a black gloved fist hand, and I say "and" a lot, don't I? A regular knife C grip style hand. So those are all the accessories. We have got so many hands. If you don't have enough hands for Eagle Force after you get this guy, I don't know what your problem is. So anyway, that is the accessories for General Mamba. Let's get in and look at the actual figures up close. So now we've taken a look at all those accessories, we're going to get to take a look a little bit closer at these figures. So I'm going to set these two off to the side. Actually, I'm going to just lay them down. And now we're going to bring Shock Trooper here just a little bit closer. So overall, I like the color scheme, the gray and the red, even the little blue there on the right arm. I think it's pretty neat. These all, I'll just say right now, these all have the standard articulation, the newer standard articulation of an Eagle Force Fresh Monkey Fiction figure, where the head is on a ball joint and the ball joint goes down into the neck. So if you want him to look down, he can look down. If you want him to look up, he can look up about straight. The arm rotates and hinges at the shoulder, the arm rotates and hinges at the elbow, and the hand rotates and hinges at the wrist. They've got the ball joint down here in the waist. There is no articulation around the torso, but he can rotate back and forth just a little bit. And I like this construction a lot. I don't necessarily think these small figures need to have any kind of a torso cut up there. I think the ball joint down here in this waist works just fine. If you want him to do the splits, he can go up about that far. If you want him to sit straight up, about that far, and going backwards, I mean, it's a little ways. He's got the double pin knee for some pretty nice bendability. It's got the thigh swivels right there, and these figures all have a ball joint here at the ankle. What that means is the ball joint hooks up into the leg as well as pegs into the foot. That allows for a rotation. That actually rotated the whole leg. That allows for a rotation back and forth, and a pivot. There is a difference between rotation or a hinge. I said rotation, didn't I? No, that is a rotation and a pivot. There are differences. And then there's also a hinge allowing the foot to go forward. So let's get him to stand here, and he can lean forward about that far and lean back. Not quite as far because of the design of the boots, but back about that far. He's got this web gear on that can be removed. I'm looking here around. I think this kind of web gear, you only can remove it if you pop the figure apart here a little bit by pulling the waist apart. You can stick the arms up and then, down or something and pop it off. Then you can pop that off if you don't like it. I don't mind it. I think it adds a little something there to him. But this is the figure mold is not a new one, so but the colors are pretty nice. I like this one. I like his glasses there. We could give him, just for fun, this beret. Kind of gear him up just a little bit, and along with that, we can give him this. And you can have a little legion of these guys. Get like 3 or 4 of, I'm not telling you have to. I'm not trying to push it, but like you could have 3 or 4 of these guys. These shock troopers. Yeah, these shock troopers are kind of cool looking. I might get some more of these. Next, we've got Baron von Chill, and I kind of like this guy because of the whole helmet chainmail thing. I think he's pretty cool. So he's got a nice armor vest on, and that is removable. So let's raise his arms so you can see he can go straight up, but this is removable. They unhooks on the side, and you can lift this up. Whoa. Violently lift it up over and take it off, and then he looks a whole lot skinnier than he did before. But beyond that, he's got, like I said, the standard articulation, the ball joint right there, and even with this on, it's not hindered at all, except for when you try to move him around, the vest might kind of move around a little bit. He's not hindered with this helmet. He still has a rotation, except for you gotta be careful that if you rotate in a weird way, the helmet might kind of like overlap the face a little bit, and then he's kind of geeky looking. So there's no hindrance to the legs down here because of the vest. He's got all the same points of articulation. The only thing that I would say is different is that the feet or the pants kind of hang down over that ball joint in the leg or in the foot. And so while he has a good range of motion for the hinge, forward and backward, it's like the same as the Shock Trooper. What's different is the pivot. So let's see if I can show this to you. The pivot is not much because it hits the side, and the rotation is also not much, and it's better than I thought it would be. So it's just a little more hindering because of that design, but it's still usable to a point. This guy looks frumpy now. I just got him all frumped up here, and he's no longer ready for battle. I mean, this is like a big-time bad guy, right? Baron von Chill? He's got to be a big-time bad guy with that name. Yeah, so that's... Now, I don't know about this. Like, I know the Riot symbol is this blue thing, but I don't know how good it looks with the blue on the red and the green. It kind of actually looks like a Ninja Turtle. Maybe it's like Raphael is hiding as Baron von Chill or something because of the green pieces here. It has like a Ninja Turtle green, so to speak, and then this red outfit. The silver gloves... There's some stuff not back here, not painted, but yeah, I like this guy. I think it's overall pretty cool. I'm just not a huge fan of. I know they have to do this, like they're identifying their affiliation. But anyway, not a huge fan of that color. I think the color clashes a little bit. But anyway, moving on to General Mamba. Now he's kind of interesting. Well, he also has that blue Riot logo on his right arm, but he's kind of interesting. He's got this huge overlay. I use the word overlay. I don't know if that's actually proper or not, but this huge overlay of a suit. And it doesn't really hinder the upper area. The upper area still turns and moves back and forth and all sorts of things. What does hinder is the ability to do the splits, because, you know, whenever you're in a suit, you're going to want to do the splits. And if you want to sit, well, I mean, if you're in a suit, you probably want to sit at some point. So sitting is going to be more of like a chore. This is kind of like the sitting motion. He's going to have to sit like, you know, like he's in pain down here maybe. But you could pull this off if you wanted to pull the figure apart at the torso. You probably can pull this overlay off. He's got like a white shirt, just kind of glance around. I'm going to peek up his jacket here. It looks like a mixture of white, but it looks like a green paint on the back. So who knows what you're going to find under here, like a white front shirt and a green shirt in the back. When you look through here, you don't see... It's actually really good. You see green through here. And what about in the front? You kind of see the white. So I think you're gonna find this is like a half white and a half green shirt in here. But I'm going to point out the detail a little bit here. Look at this. All these little buttons are painted. And look at this. I'm not sure if this is something painted. Can we like zoom in? Not zoom in, but get closer here. Like, what are we finding here? So right up here, you see like all these medals. And I don't know if this is something that's like a sticker type of thing that's on there, or if it's actually all painted there. You get this little thing right here as well, the silver black piece, and then you get some paint detail up here on the top. So yeah, I'd say of all the figures, this is probably the most detailed of them all, and I like detail. If you watch many of my 4-inch style figure videos, I always love detail. The more detail you can put on a 4-inch figure, like even back here, you got these two little silver spots. Those little things just jump out to me and really, really make figures neat to me. But anyway, finishing up the articulation, his boots down here at the ankles have that little ball joint, and they rotate just fine, they pivot just fine, and they hinge just about the same as that Shock Trooper. If you want him to lean back, he leans back about that far. Leaning forward, he leans forward that far. So there's really no hindrance except for where this coat is concerned and the waist and the upper legs. He does have the rotation at the thighs, so there's that. You can easily rotate and do under there. Pop off any hands that you want to, the head and everything. He's a cool looking figure. I really like the look of this. I'm not a huge suited fan just because suit figures are kind of plain to me, but I like him. He's got character. He's got some interesting things going on here, and I think he looks really cool. And because of swappable heads and swappable hands, like you could get, like I could grab Baron von Chill over here. I could give this guy silver gloves if I wanted to, or I could do other things if I wanted to. Then likewise, you could even swap this head and those hands out with Baron Von Chill and, give General Mamba an entirely new look. So I also, I like the glasses up here. The glasses I think look cool as well. So we're going to kind of gear this guy up here real quick. Give him this gold gun. Oh, maybe that's all he really needs. And we're going to try and put this general style hat on. There we go. So yeah, overall I think these guys are pretty slick. I think they're pretty neat. We'll stand him there. We'll get the Shock Trooper here. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the lore and the history of Eagle Force, so I don't know if General Mamba actually controls the Shock Troopers, like leads them, or who he leads exactly. I'm not clear on that, so if you know stuff, let me know. Don't mind my blurry hands equipping this guy down here. But let me know what you know about Eagle Force, because I'm still kind of a newbie to this. We'll have him facing a different way. We'll set him up right there, and he's kind of geared up a little bit. There's so much gear here. I mean, I'd like to actually show this thing off a little bit. I might have to take some pictures of these guys. So I'm not sure exactly how these are all affiliated. You know what? Maybe I should actually read some of the new comics on these awesome new backing cards for the figures. That would probably tell me a whole lot about these characters. But here we have the trio of bad dudes: General Mamba, Shock Trooper, and Baron Von Chill. These are scheduled to arrive mid to late May, so if you want to get your pre-orders in now, because some of these figures just might sell out. There's a chance this Shock Trooper guy might sell out because, he's a troop builder, and there's some of you crazy people out there who love to troop build, so you might go for this guy. I don't know, this guy might sell out too. He's actually really pretty cool when you look at him. I don't know about this guy, but I would say, Shock Trooper might be the one to go after. Make sure you got the pre-order in. But you can only get these at BigBadToyStore.com, and as I said earlier, I will leave a link down in the pinned comment so you can get directly to the page that have these figures. And, I highly recommend that if you want any of these, get a pre-order in, because these are really short run. I don't know the exact numbers of how many get made, but they run one set of these things, and once they're gone, they're gone. From what I understand, there's no plans to rerun any sold out figures, and there's been a few really cool figures sell out. And so, yeah, if you have any interest, they're only I think about $25. I know it's a little much for some of you, but if these are right down your alley, these are really pretty cool. The detail on some of these figures, come on, General, stand up. And, the pile of accessories. I mean, come on, don't you want this many hands in your life? All these things that you can get, they come with a ton of stuff. But anyway, yeah, I would recommend getting a pre-order for any figures that you might want, because really and truly, we don't know which ones might sell out. I'm sure there will be some sold out. And yeah, when they're gone, they're gone. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Keep an eye open. Next Monday, a week from now, we will be doing another set of 3 pre-release Eagle Force action figures. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.